Dear students, now we are going to identify the anions by testing. As I have discussed with you earlier, anions are negatively charged ions, and the test for chloride, iodide and sulfate ions are all require that the sample solution is first acidified with the dilute nitric acid. The reason for this is to ensure that the solution does not contain carbonate ions. Silver carbonate and barium carbonate are both white compounds which are insoluble in water. Without acidifying the sample solution, it would be impossible to identify any white precipitate formed in these tests with any certainty. If carbonates ions are present, they will react with the acid to give carbon dioxide, and in the nitrate test the aluminum powder reduces the nitrate ions to the ammonium ion. The ammonium ion reacts with hydroxide ions to release the ammonia gas. So these points should be in consideration. So we are going for the nitrate and carbonate identification test. Nitrate. Add aqueous sodium hydroxide, then add aluminum foil and warm the mixture. And you will observe a colorless and pungent gas coming out from the mixture, which turns a moist red to litmus blue. The gas is ammonia. Carbonate. Add any dilute acid, and you will also observe a gas is coming out from the solution, and the white precipitate are formed when this gas is passed through the lime water. This is the identification of carbon dioxide gas. We can have an explanation for the carbonate test. Yes, students, most carbonates are insoluble. Carbonates give off carbon dioxide when added to dilute acids. Add your compound to the dilute acid. Example, the dilute hydrochloric acid. Collect any gas given off. Bubble the gas through the lime water. And if the lime water turns milky, the gas is carbon dioxide, meaning the compound contains the carbonate ions. Here you can see. The lime water turns milky. Now we are going to identify the chloride, iodide and sulfate ions. Chloride. Add dilute nitric acid and then aqueous silver nitrate. White precipitate or silver chloride is formed. Iodide. Add dilute nitric acid and then add aqueous silver nitrate or lead nitrate. Yellow precipitate of lead iodide is formed, and these yellow precipitates is the indication for the presence of iodide ions, sulfate ions. Add dilute nitric acid and then add aqueous barium nitrate. White precipitate of barium sulfate will form. This test can be done another way. Add dilute hydrochloric acid and then add aqueous barium chloride. White precipitate of barium sulfate are formed. This is the indication of the presence of sulfate ions. As an explanation of chloride test, make a solution of the salt and add silver nitrate solution. If chloride is present, a white precipitate of silver chloride formed. The last test for the sulfite identification test. Testing for sulfite ions, add dilute hydrochloric acid. The test given off for sulfur dioxide by passing through the pink acidified potassium magnate solution, which turns colorless. This turning of the potassium acidified potassium magnate solution into colorless solution is the indication of the presence of sulfur dioxide, which is produced by adding the hydrochloric acid in the given solution. So there This is how we can test the different anions. Here's a summary of the different anions, which will help you to understand all the procedure. I have selected a homework for you. You have to discuss the identification of cations: aluminium, ammonium, calcium, chromium, copper, iron, both ferrous and ferric, and zinc. And the answer of this question is present on your book chapter number 1, page number 18. You have to do the answer of this question on your notebooks and send to your respective groups. Dear students, thank you very much for being with me. And one more request, please stay at home, stay safe. Allah Hafiz.